Conan O'Brien here. My legs are crossed. That means I mean business. We're here to talk about our new animated show, Final Space, with creator Olan Rogers.
Sup?
Yeah.
Hey!
Very talented young man. We're going to give you the inside scoop. I'm just reading off a card. Who says inside scoop? No one has said inside scoop since the late 40s. I've got the inside scoop for you. Anyway, someone says you're getting the inside scoop, and we're going to give you some answers to some of your questions before it premieres tonight on TBS. But first, we want you to check out this trailer.
I'm afraid, Gary, there is no foreseeable outcome where you survive. Good morning, Gary. Day 1818.
How about freaking no?
You are not the captain. You are a prisoner aboard this ship.
As soon as the crap hit the interstellar fan, I became the captain. For real.
You're oblivious to this thing, aren't you?
What?
That.
Mooncake?
What's a mooncake?
This!
That is a planet killer.
Something big is happening, and I'm not waiting while Command sits around twiddling their wieners.
Why would they be twiddling their wieners? Why? As long as I draw breath and you provide me with copious amounts of adventure, I will be there for you. We're a team now.
Gary, if the breach in time-space cannot be reversed in 36 hours, the Earth will be consumed.
You were right about everything.
I know. It's a blessing. And my curse. It's dangerous. It's life-threatening. We're probably gonna die. Or you got my back, little buddy. I didn't really sell that very well, did I? Crap! Oh, there's so many stairs!
Quit talking, you idiot!
I don't know why there's so many stairs!
Hello, Mooncake. I've been looking all over for you.
You know you can't succeed. You're no hero. Your father was.
I'm scared there's no winning this. But there's no way to close this breach without losing my friends. Are we going home, Dad?
I messed up bad, but I'm not gonna leave you here. I promise. I'll do whatever it takes.
What course should I set?
Earth. Or actually, no, the universe. We're gonna save the... Actually, that doesn't even make any dang sense, okay? Just Earth. 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 You. Look, it's Carl. Carl, how's life?
Carl is dead, Gary.
Classic Carl.
Love that trailer.
Thanks.
I really do. I know you spent a lot of time on that.
Yeah.
But it's epic. It's fantastic.
Thank you so much.
I don't know who that guy is clapping. Just
one single clap.
Yeah. Recently homeless guy in the corner clapping. So, people are going to want to know, first of all, how Final Space came about. This sprang from your brain. Just take us through it briefly.
Yeah, well, in 2011, I created what might be the absolute worst cartoon ever made. It was called Gary Space, and it was just images moving across the screen. But I grew up watching Toonami, Dragon Ball Z, Reboot. You know these shows. You watched them.
You know what? I'm down with everything you just said. Hey, and don't throw shade at me, Tiger. I'm not Black China.
Exactly.
What's happening here?
Yeah, so, and then in 2016, I decided I wanted to reboot this idea and really take it seriously and create something that I kind of watched as a kid and make something serialized that had a lot of heart, and you track these characters with their growth throughout the whole season. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's essentially how it got started.
So what happened was, and people were curious about this, someone on our staff brought your YouTube creation to me and to our production company, and we saw it, and I loved it. I really loved it. And I thought, we could ruin this. And didn't want to pass up that chance. It actually, I saw my role as don't screw this up. So much of this show is really already there, and create the possibility for you to make it as beautiful looking, as epic. I noticed, because I used to work on The Simpsons, but I noticed good direction. I think people a lot of times watch animation, they don't even think of it being directed.
Yeah.
And how shots are chosen and how perspectives are illustrated. And I think it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful to look at.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people poured their heart and soul into the show, and the directors and the animators, the storyboarders, the compositors. It's a really unique looking show as far as the compositing goes. I mean, incorporating real NASA space into a 2D cartoon is really, really unique, and it kind of gives that beauty.
There's something else that you touched on that is one of the things that really drew me into the show is just, animated shows can sometimes feel very superficial. And especially when there are a lot of jokes, you can feel like the jokes just rest on the surface.
Yeah.
A lot of funny jokes. What really drew me to this is and I don't mean this in a corny way, but the stakes feel real to me in this show. And the longing that characters can have for each other, or the fear that they can have, or the jeopardy that they're in, actually feels real, and there are real consequences.
Yeah.
And that had a strong appeal to me, and I think that's been realized in the shows that you've made.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that we definitely wanted to do, was have basically a show that had real consequences, that you felt something. If something happened to a character, if their arm got ripped off, like, it doesn't reset. It just stays that way for the rest of the show.
Right.
And you track, just their growth as characters as well. From the beginning, Yeri's this like crazy guy, and by the end of it, he starts to become more whole and more like a person, because he's been so isolated. Now he's talking to people and chatting, and I mean, it's definitely something that we wanted to do was create real consequences and a real threat with our villain.
Also, making Mooncake really cute.
Yeah.
Very smart from a marketing perspective. We'll get to that later. These are made of 100% pure USA asbestos. Can't wait to get your hands on those. But no, it's like there's a... To me, I think there's also like the Lord Commander. When you first see him, you can pass him off as he's a silly.
Yeah.
Because as I say, the jokes land, the jokes feel funny to me, but there's a scene where he reveals what he really does to people.
Yeah.
And you see that it's real. And I thought, I talked about this week. You were on my show tonight, and we were talking about my experience with my kids watching the show with me. My daughter's 14 and my son's 12, and I could see that they were really drawn in by. They thought the show was funny, but they also got the sense that, wait a minute, these are real people.
Yeah.
And they got invested pretty quickly.
Yeah.
In the first episode, they wanted to see the second, then they wanted to see the third, and I thought that was a good sign. And they've been begging me. I haven't been able to show them all the shows yet because they've been color correcting and doing all the stuff that you guys do in animation. And I keep saying, they're like, Dad, I want to see that stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm, rich and a celebrity. It's fine. Your needs aren't important to me. And they're like, please, why are you so, emotionally cruel to Mom? But whatever. They really are invested in it.
Yeah.
And forget the other stuff I said about my marriage. So I don't know, how are you feeling about, you started out on YouTube, and now I know that we've shown some of these trailers in giant movie theaters.
Yeah.
Have you had that experience of seeing this in a movie theater?
Not yet.
It's pretty amazing. My kids came back from, again, they were seeing a movie. They were seeing 9.5 Weeks. And director's cut. Because we want them to see, classy porn. And no, but they came back from the theater and they're like, we saw it, and I know that this would look beautiful up on a big screen.
Oh yeah, I mean it's. I wish everybody could watch it with surround sound and on a massive screen, because it's definitely meant to be watched that way, and it's meant to be binged. And I'll definitely have to get your kids the next couple episodes.
Yeah, that would seem kind of important if you want this relationship to continue. It's just I don't want to have it be that naked. Who's the character? You brought me in to do some voices, and I was surprised because I did no preparation. Which is, that is how I prepare.
Yeah.
That is a Buddhist monk. Shortly before he died, told me once that the way to prepare is not to prepare, and so I didn't know what I was going to be doing, and I went in and but on the spot, there's a character that sells deals in the underground, and he has to sell a suit made of flesh. So that Gary
Clarence,
Clarence could, and so that he can disguise himself. And so, I think you were giving me some coaching about what it is you wanted this guy to be.
Yeah.
And then I think I just ripped off Peter Lorre, which I don't even know if anyone's going to know Peter Lorre who's watching now, because there's two circles. There's the internet and there's people who know who Peter Lorre is. And there's no intersection. But he's in old 1930s and 40s movies saying, "Yes, Rick." He's this. And so I sort of did a little bit of that, but I can't remember what else I did. But I thought it was a very effective character, and maybe the most powerful character on the show.
Yeah. I mean,
the life just went out of you. I had to pretend.
He's a great character.
Yeah.
Such a staple, in the show. Just you did a fantastic job.
Thank you. That's all I wanted.
With Clarence.
That and to see a few more. There he is. I think they have a shot of him there. Is that him with goggles on? Anyway, I don't think I was paid for that.
What?
I don't know. I'm having my accountants look into it. But there's a lot about this Final Space thing which is very shady. This is like a scam you're running. We have time for some questions here. JMC Camb from YouTube asks, "Can space really be final, though? We need to be high." Do you have any answers for that one?
You're going to have to watch the show, yo. Got to watch the show to figure that out.
Yeah. Your voice gets high when you lie. Sebastian Saint from Facebook asks, "Will this be airing in Canada? And if so, on what channel?"
I don't know. You got to ask that.
I don't know. Why is that our responsibility?
Can people not watch you in Canada?
I have no idea anymore. I mean, I know they get the internet. And TBS, Jeff.
Yes.
What's going on with TBS in Canada?
They rebroadcast in Canada show for show, but I'm not 100% sure about this one, so I will find out.
Okay. Wait, they rebroadcast which? The Conan show?
The Conan show.
Okay, yeah, but we're worried about, no one cares online right now about the Conan show. They care about, this is the level, this is a good education for everyone watching right now. The level of sophistication. The show is great, but then it's just a bunch of hobos in a room that don't know what's going on. We don't understand. I'm sure you can see it in Canada. And you know what? I think as Canadians, it's your right to be able to see all the shows that we enjoy here in the United States.
Yeah, that's the dream right there.
That's the dream. And that's the way to bring the world together. You shouldn't just see our current shows. You should get to see, like, Chips from the 70s and Family Affair from the 60s. Bunch. No, not Brady Bunch. It doesn't hold up. Mary Ann Manayo from Facebook asks, "Where can we get mooncake?"
There's 3 left.
There's only 3. There's 3 mooncakes left. And I'm supposed to mention this. For a chance to win one of these mooncakes, follow @Team Coco on Instagram all this week. Now, like I say, there are only 3. We don't know if we're going to make more, but they're beautiful. They're soft.
Very soft.
There's a creepy sexuality to that one.
Just that one?
Yes, just this one. These ones are fine. It's just this one. These used to be breast implants. They've been repurposed, so nothing was wasted. But yes, follow us, and you too can have a mooncake. And we're getting the odor. We're getting rid of that. Don't worry about it. Okay. T Super Silly on YouTube asks, "How many episodes in this season 1?"
10 episodes.
10 episodes.
That was easy.
That was an easy one. That was so much easier than "Can space really be final?" Brianna Mercury from Facebook says, "Should I watch every week or wait to binge this show?" What do you think? What would you do?
Oh, man. I'm a binger, but at the same time, I guess it helps the show if it's watched every week. Do you know?
I don't know.
Watch it every week.
Watch it every week. I think the answer is to binge it and watch it every week.
Yeah.
And then watch the commercials and buy everything that is sold during the commercials.
Amen.
And then write those products and say, I only bought your product because of Final Space. That's the huckster in me. Don't listen to me. That's cynical and shallow. Okay, Emo Charlie 88 from Periscope. I love this guy. Who was your favorite character of all the characters?
For me personally, probably either Mooncake or Tribor.
Why is that? Why Tribor?
I don't know. He comes back in a big way at the end of the season, and it's really funny. It's
right.
Something that you would not expect that character coming back as.
Okay.
What about you?
I like the character I played. I thought I was the only voice on the show that really brought a character to life in 9 dimensions. You're great. You are great in a very conventional way.
Yeah.
But I thought...
Only 6 dimensions with me. 9 with you.
9 with me.
You just...
Wait till you see me pop up in this show selling a suit made of skin. Okay. Tanya Z from YouTube wants to know, where did Olan Rogers get his socks?
Oh, these? Guess where?
Trader Joe's. Was it?
Yeah.
Is it Trader Joe's?
No, it's not Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is a great
I know, but there's a sometimes they have one of those carousels where they try and get you to buy something. It's not really Trader Joe's-y at the end.
At Trader Joe's?
Possible. Yeah. No.
I haven't seen anything like that.
All right.
No, just Target. Go Target.
You like Target, huh?
I just got socks. I don't like Target. I don't have a...
Let me see the socks. Those are fantastic. You can get those at Target. Jeff, does Target advertise on our show?
Yes.
Oh!
Oh!
Target! Fantastic company. Amazing company. I love Target. We all love Target. Go to Target now. And then Peter Sahan from Facebook. Where did you get your inspiration for Mooncake? Very unusual character.
Yeah. Mooncake was I always wanted to do a Chewie. Have a Chewie sidekick.
That's cool.
That's Mooncake.
What I like about Mooncake is the disparity between Mooncake's appearance and what Mooncake can actually do.
Yeah.
I think it was a nice surprise in the first episode. I just like that this is the destroyer of worlds, the ultimate thing that everyone fears, and it's the most cuddly, sweet, beautiful piece of merchandising. I'm going to say Here's a question. Francis Hernandez from Facebook says, will Final Space have a panel or be involved in SDCC this year?
I have no idea. What do you think?
Again, they're asking questions that we're not qualified to answer. We're like 2 guys that work behind the counter at a Hertz Rent-A-Car who don't rent cars. And you're asking us about the paneled wagon, and we're like, I don't know. Jeff, do you have any answers to that question?
Yeah, there's no answer yet.
No answer yet, says Jeff in the background. Okay. Oh, this is a good question. At Rusty Boys from Periscope. Love Rusty Boys, too. Are there any other celeb voices featured? And yes, there are.
Yeah, there's Tika Sumpter. You got Fred Armisen, David Tennant, Ron Perlman, Stephen Yoon. Who else?
Keith David.
Leonardo DiCaprio has 2 voices. What's that?
I got an answer.
Oh, Jeff just got an answer, and yes, he did get his table at Capo tonight.
It's closed Monday. It's closed.
Oh, it's closed Monday. Sorry.
International distribution isn't confirmed yet, but they're redirecting Canadians to iTunes to download episodes.
Whenever you hear redirecting Canadians, it sounds scary. Redirect the Canadians! Redirect them! Reads from Twitch. Conan, what prompted you to want to take this project on? What made it stand out? I think we sort of touched on that already, but I do, obviously, I'm a fan of animation, going way back to my Simpsons days and my childhood, and I loved that this show, it's a rare combination of it's funny, but there's an emotional core to it. And when you can get the 2 of them working at the same time, which I think The Simpsons has managed to do, I think it's a very rare thing, and I think this show has that. And that was the appeal for me. And so that's pretty easy. Heather from YouTube, I was at the premiere in Nashville this weekend. Amazing job, Olan. What was it like working with bigger actors like Conan and David? I'm not an actor. Am I an actor?
I don't know. Are you? Do you consider yourself an actor?
No. If I was an actor, would I be doing this every night? No, I'd be like kissing a beautiful woman on screen, and punching a guy and then saving the Earth from a meteor.
I got a Comic-Con answer.
Oh my God! No one cares. What is it, Jeff? What's the answer?
Yes.
What's that?
SDCC, yes.
SDCC, yes. It sounds like SDCC positive. That sounds like a diagnosis. Okay. Is that it for questions? We're out of time.
Do one more.
Okay. How long does it take to animate the show?
Oh, geez, it took a whole year.
Yeah, it takes a year. It takes a year,
It's
slackers.
a long time, yeah.
Yeah, so put down your vape pen, and get to work. It takes a long time. Final Space premieres tonight at 10:30 on TBS. You can find the first 3 episodes on TBS.com and on the TBS app. Give it a try. Check it out. First taste is free. Very creepy. Are we done here? Are we wrapping it up? Owen, congratulations.
Yeah, thanks,
You're a
man.
very talented, funny, nice person. Olan Rogers, let's hear it for him.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll see you around the internet. Is that something people say? I don't know how to end. How do you end the internet? How do you end
Thank you
it?
for joining us.
Oh, thanks for joining us. Back to your porn.